It's very hard to like green. It's hard to like green.
And standing next to a pink blob is terrible as well. It's like,
what do you mean? This is the most delightful
reflects
green.
off of the green. It's
beautiful.
Like really
it's delightful. I love it. I do it every single day of my life if you let me.
Because I knew you.
You're the only friend I ever had.
Because I knew you.
And I've had so many friends.
I have been changed for good.
But only one that mattered.
Congratulations to you all. Tell us a little bit about what the vision was for the second film and how you kind of knew that even as you were shooting both of them at the same time.
Well, the first movie was the fairy tale. And then movie 2 was, oh, life keeps going. And now this dream is shattered in front of us. And what are we going to do with these pieces? You have the knowledge, you have the book, you know the truth. Now who are you going to be? I think that really helped us frame it throughout. 15 weeks after we shot it, we had both movies so that we knew the master plan. The advantage was we were shooting What Is This Feeling one day, and they're in students, and the next day we could be shooting For Good, which by the way happened on a rain cover day, so we didn't even know we were about to go there. And every department had to be on the same page of how we were connecting these two stories. And we had a giant war room with emotions on each scene, so we could always just go in there and figure it out. So that's the shortened version of how it was. But it was a lot. I'm exhausted.
Marc,
the best is when you get Cynthia to laugh. Then you feel good about yourself.
Laugh of recognition, maybe. Marc, as someone who's been with this for as long as you have, and knowing that you were able to expand the material through these two films, what were some of the opportunities you saw in being able to flesh out this second act? Particularly, we have a couple original songs, which I will ask a little bit more in a moment, and just kind of deepening the story of these characters.
Well, the second act of the show, you can only be on stage for so long, and then you have to send folks home. And so there was a lot that wasn't elaborated, and it allowed us to sort of dig deeper into some of the characters. Particularly in the second film, we got to go a little bit back to where did it begin for Glinda? Why is she living this kind of life that she is, where she's made a choice in the first film and is seemingly willing to let her friend go and live a lie. So one of the examples of the elaboration in the second film is that Glinda could hear the mob screaming, kill her friend, and she tries to shut it out, and she no longer can. So being able to see her decision-making through a song is good musical storytelling.
Cynthia, with No Place Like Home, there is this sense of loneliness that you project so beautifully through Elphaba in this movie, and that song really grounds it. So talk about getting ready to perform that and how that helped you.
Yeah, when the song was presented in its original form, it was really, really beautiful, but there was something that I was asking Stephen Schwartz for whilst we were making it, and that was just to really funnel her innermost feelings about how this place doesn't want her, and how she's faced with the choice to either stay in it and keep fighting or to let it go. It's a sort of an inflection point for her to make another decision as to whether or not she can continue to live this lonely, solo life of solitude. And I think she's willing to, if it means that it will move this place forward and change things. Then she goes on and finds that she can't really do it by herself.
It's interesting Glinda gets to hear the mob in this film, because the song The Girl in the Bubble I think very much is about what it means for her to sort of face what is going on. So Ariana, talk about that song and what Glinda's going on around that and how you wanted to play it.
It's an interesting thing in this film because both Elphaba and Glinda are very alone, even though it presents itself in a completely different way. You know, Glinda has so many people around her telling her that she's important and that she's loved. And the end of movie 1, she's grieving. You know, the first stage of grief is denial. So she's in deep denial for a lot of this this second film in the beginning. And this is kind of the moment where we get to see her actually face the truth. In the stage show, you see the before and after of this moment. You see her get there in the end. But to be able to share that moment with her and to be able to expand upon her story in this way is such an incredible gift. And I'm so grateful that this moment is able to be seen.
Myron, I'm curious, as this phenomenon really started, what you can share about maybe what the discovery process of this film was, even right through to the end, and what it was like to see those final pieces come together.
I was completely terrified because of the success of the first film. We had to deliver for the studio and the fans, and Marc Platt, who had entrusted it, and Jon, and then, of course, Ariana and Cynthia, who just gave this incredible performance. What I wanted to do is make sure that I connected to the characters emotionally, even though I wanted to make, No Good Deed the most badass musical number ever, or, the Cyclone with Morrible, or the comedy in the cat fight going into the melodrama. I love that I get to do all this and play, but at the end of the day, I wanted to connect and deliver emotionally what these two characters meant to each other and make it feel epic and make it worthy of these incredible performances.
Let's talk a little bit about For Good. You mentioned it was a rain cover, which is amazing.
Sorry, they were really mad at me.
So I'm going to throw
I
that.
We had no
so
idea what was
excited.
happening. We
I
just
loved
did
it.
I'm going to throw that to you, Alice, because I'm just curious how that made it more challenging to shoot, what you could say about getting that sequence right.
For Good was probably one of the most challenging sequences to shoot. We chose to use real flame light to light Cynthia and Ariana to light this moment. And I sort of had an idea about using every color of the rainbow to light this movie and what they meant. And for me, orange was the color of Elphaba's transformation. And then blue is the color of love for Glinda and Elphaba. And you first see it in the Ozdas ballroom. And we use the same color blue in the moonlight in For Good. And then we're shit.
I did not know this.
I love this song more than any song in both movies, and I knew what they were going to give to it. And then Jon Chu wanted it to feel so simple and quiet. We kept trying to do this big crane shot to end the song, and it didn't work. We go back to our emotional intention, and we realize it needs to be a 360-degree shot on the women. They get to be in the moment together without cutting, and it is beautiful. And we circle them twice, and it calls us back to Defying Gravity, where we circled them once, and in the Ozdas ballroom, and pulls at your heartstrings even more.
I'll give you the last word, Cynthia.
I was going to say, yes, we're very happy to have been part of this, to play these characters. We wanted to take care of them because we love them, but we know that they are loved by everyone here. What I was going to say is going in the direction of Miss Alice. I never really look at the takes. I never really go back to take a look at the screen. But I took a look this one time, and I can't tell what's going on because it's a big blue screen, and then we've got plinths everywhere, and I'm doing stunts, I'm in a harness, and all these things. But Alice, in a quiet moment, comes over to me, and she sits by me. She goes, "I'm going to take care of you. You know that?" She said, "Don't worry about the screens. I'm going to take care of you." I have never forgotten that moment because every time I go back to this movie, I know I've been taken care of. You can't tell it's very hard to, I'm going to make it it's very hard to like green. It's hard to like green. Okay?
Standing next to a pink blob is terrible as well. It's like,
what do you mean? This is the most delightful
reflects
green.
off of the green. It's
beautiful.
Like
it's delightful. I love it. I do it every single day of my life if you let me. Every day.
But it made things for Alice really hard.
Yeah, but instead of making this green a task, she made it art. She made it art. She made it a part of the palette. She made it something to look forward to lighting, something to she made me feel beautiful.
And you were beautiful. You are beautiful.
You are beautiful.
Thank you. So thank you.
I think that's the best note we can end on. Thank you all so much. Thank you all so much.
Thank you all so much.